Today we're heading out from Highfields in North Toowoomba, 13 kilometres to the township of the city centre of Toowoomba, 31 kilometres to the left up to Crow's Nest to the north, and Highfields is one of the fastest growing areas of Australia, so schools, sports grounds, all sorts of stuff happening here. This is the CBD of Toowoomba, and very aptly named the Garden City. It's a fantastic place to come in spring, where they have garden flower festivals and open gardens and whatever, but quite an interesting mix of old heritage buildings and more contemporary styles. And the University of Southern Queensland is based here in Toowoomba as well, so yeah, very interesting city. There is about 5 different entrances to Toowoomba, from the east via Murphy's Creek or the mountain range, and from the north from Crow's Nest, and from the west from Millmerran and out that way, and then south to Warwick and on the New England Highway, and that's the way we're going today. As we head south out of Toowoomba, we're in essence on the top of the Great Dividing Range, and you can see some of the plateau tableland type areas, and to the east it drops away to Brisbane and the coast, and to the west this is the junction point of the New England Highway and the road that on the Federation Way that goes into Toowoomba via Drayton, so another one of the exit entry points, and we're now entering the Cambodia area. Allora 42, Warwick 66, Stanthorpe 126, Tetterfield 482. This is Steel Rudd Corner, and for those of you in the know, Steel Rudd was the author of the books on our selection, and it was this area where he grew up and went on to become a Member of Parliament and I guess internationally famous author. Fantastic set of stories on our selection. This is about 7 kilometres out of Warwick, and you can see the continuation of the rolling hills and slopes of the western side of the Great Dividing Range, which is behind us and to the left. This is coming into the township of Warwick, nestled into a valley with some historic churches and other buildings, and quite a well-serviced town, a major centre, I guess, for the local agricultural areas, and a very picturesque place. There's a 25 kilometre drive here in Warwick called the Sunflower Route, and that's the high school directly in front of us there now. And as we come into the main street, you'll see the usual supply of supermarkets and hardware and banks and whatever else you could possibly need. As you can see, just to reinforce the picturesque nature of Warwick, is the flower garden, the spire of one of the historic churches. But here it is in May, and beautiful blooming roses all over. This is the Warwick Post Office, one of the more historic buildings in Warwick. As we leave Warwick, you can go to Inglewood direct on Route 42, or turn left onto the New England Highway, which takes us to Morgan Park, Killarney and Sydney, or you can, as I said, you can go straight ahead to Inglewood and Goondiwindi. So sit back, enjoy the ride on Route 15. Stanthorpe 58, Tetterfield 115, Sydney 865. As we leave Warwick, heading towards Stanthorpe, we're going on to what they named the Country Way. So it's one of the many tourist routes that operate in Australia. Just south of Warwick, we enter now an area whereby we'll go up and down through patches of the Western Ranges, the edge of the Great Dividing Range, and we'll get into some vineyard areas and so on as we get around colder Stanthorpe region. As we approach Stanthorpe, 22 kilometres, it's welcome to the Granite Belt region, and very well known as one of the cold fruit bowls of Australia. Fruits, wineries, antique stores, coffee shops, so quite a few very interesting drives and tourism facilities in this region. As we approach Stanthorpe on the highway, you've got the choice of bypassing the town and just going straight through, or as we're going to do today, we're going to go into Stanthorpe Township itself. So the road continues on to Wollongara, or you can turn right and go to Texas. And the road to Texas will Wollongara and Sydney straight ahead, Stanthorpe, Texas left, and this is part of one of the many tourist drives that you can do in this region. Stanthorpe's now 3 kilometres, Tenterfield 56, and Texas 103. The centre of Stanthorpe is nestled in a nice little valley, and it's one of those townships that has a very big industry here with backpackers and itinerant workers working in the fruit picking industry. Apples, grapes, pears, apricots, all the stone fruits and so on. So quite an interesting town, and you never know who or what you're going to run into in the town of Stanthorpe.